toespraak ga luisteren, breng ik graag ter herinnering dat we tijdens de zitting zoveel mogelijk de stilte betrachten.
My name is Angelique Eipe and I'm a former Dutch civil servant and diplomat. I resigned over the Dutch Gaza policy because I couldn't continue working for an organization that qualified what Israel was doing in Gaza as self-defense. I have a long personal history with Israel and Palestine. I started off once upon a time when I was 21 years old working in Israeli kibbutz. I've worked, studied and lived both. I've studied at an Israeli university, at a Palestinian university. I worked for 1.5 years in Hebron for an observer force. It was, of course, a very difficult decision. I worked for over 21 years in the foreign service, but at the same time, it wasn't a difficult decision because I was very much convinced that this policy was in contradiction with all the core values of what we claim to be the essence of our foreign policy, international law, all the aspects that I hold dear when it comes to the manner in which we give our foreign policy shape. I was convinced it was the right thing to do.
I'm Nicolaus van Dam, former ambassador of the Netherlands to Iraq, Egypt, Turkey, Germany and Indonesia, and former special envoy for Syria. During my first visit to the Middle East in 1964, which is 61 years ago, I visited Palestine, Eastern Jerusalem, which was before the occupation, and I met many people, Palestinians, Lebanese, Jordanians, Syrians, and they in fact told me what had happened. In fact, Israel is based on war crimes. Everyone should know that. It's obvious. And so I got familiar with what happened in reality to the Palestinian people. And it's not just in 1948, it started already in the early 20s of the last century. So the Palestinians, they objected to the Israeli or the Jewish Zionist presence from the very beginning. Nobody listened. They listened, but they didn't hear what they had to say. So this continued until today. And there's a big difference. A long time ago, for instance, during the Second World War, people couldn't see, they were not aware of it. Now everyone can see it on a daily basis, day and night, if you want to see it. But many people close their eyes to what is really happening, and they sympathize with Israel for not any objective reason at all.
My name is Ronald Bollinger. I used to be a Dutch diplomat and I spent most of my career in the Middle East. I am coming to the sit-in already for more than a year because I want that my government respects international obligations, international law, the human rights and so on. I am not for one party or country and against the other. I am for the respect of international law. That brings me every week here because that is the reason why I became 55 years ago a diplomat.